We fought a full-fledged revolution in America over taxed tea, over taxed goods, and a British king being a tyrant. But these little fascists, these authoritarians that are the fake woke, as they will be known. Oh, Thomas Jefferson fought against censorship when the authoritarian, like these modern days Joe Biden supporters, John Adams, was around. Oh, Thomas Jefferson, he fought against the censorship pushed by President John Adams as he was vice president to John Adams. John Adams is the precedent to Joe Biden's authoritarianism. His censorship and allowance of the corporate lobbyist dominion over our voices. Anyone against Joe Biden is only sane. The authoritarians are shown. Just look at Capitol Hill, the hill for the people, barring all the people out of it. In many minds, they are ignoring that a new counterculture is here. The royals were defeated, but now the elites think that they are the royalty. Us Americans are in hot water. We fought wars to show we never want rolled over. We never want royal-like dictators, but here we are, with the elites controlling our country. Where they think that they are the royals and call us, we the people, a bunch of little peasants, a bunch of peons. They hate us. These corporate lobbyists that buy out our politicians, they are subduing we the people, and instead establishing themselves as royal subjects over us. We are calling us subjects, and they are pushing us down as little peasants in society when our voices are supposed to be just as equal as theirs. But what do the politicians care about? Not our voice, but our money. They want us to give them tons and tons of the money, don't they? The fake woke are the ones pushing the corporate ideas, pushing the culture war, instead of embracing the real counterculture. The real counterculture is anyone against the fake woke, which would mean anyone that's not a lefty, because the thing is, they want to cancel anyone that's not them. Those who cancel anyone for anything, those are the fake woke. Now, Tom MacDonald of the Hangover Gang, he is trending on all fronts with fake woke, clown world out, spreading the words nobody says because they are told to not say a word. Oh, we are in a culture of nobody talking, nobody smiling because they are trying to breathe with a mask on, nobody even having an opinion because they are too scared to. Well, I am going to listen to these two songs and break down the two songs leading to a renaissance in America with real freedom of speech on the forefront. The first song would be Fake Woke. I'll go ahead and play that. I'm playing it not on YouTube, but on Spotify because I don't want it censored. For one moment.
I think it's crazy I'm the one who they labeled as controversial, and Cardi B is the role model for 12-year-old girls. There's rap.
Did you hear that? Why is he controversial for speaking his mind? And Cardi B is not considered controversial when she, even if she doesn't want to be, she surely is a role model for 12-year-old girls. Do you know kids will listen to what you listen to, whether you expect them to or not? they're seeing that. Is that really something you're wanting your kid to see? Very good point there. Let's go on.
I think it's crazy I'm the one who they labeled as controversial, and Cardi B is the role model for 12-year-old girls. There's rappers pushing Xanax at the top of the billboard, but if I mention race in a song, I'm scared I'll get killed for it.
Did you hear that? There's rappers pushing Xanax at the top of the billboard. And you're going to tell me you don't think your kids are seeing those billboards? What exactly is being pushed to the top of the music? And he just mentions how race should not be a factor in anything, and that we should all treat each other exactly the same. And he's scared he'll get killed for saying that.
Backwards, it's getting exponentially dumb. It's more difficult to get a job than purchase a gun. And then used to.
That's it. One point a lot of people are misunderstanding. It's more difficult to get a job than purchase a gun. Is that in anyone's mind going against the gun? No. This is him telling us it's hard as hell to get a job right now. You can't get a job easily in America right now. You can't get a job in America easily for a while now. My grandfather, he would always tell me, oh, back in my day, you could quit your job, walk across the street, and get a new one right on the spot. You can't do that now. And why can't you do that? Because they have created regulations, they have created so many issues that make it so much harder for us Americans to survive.
But if I mention race in a song, I'm scared I'll get killed for it. It's backwards, it's getting exponentially dumb. It's more difficult to get a job than purchase a gun. Eminem used to gay bash and murder his mom, and now he doesn't want fans if they voted for Trump.
Why, Eminem? Why don't you want any of your fans that voted for Trump? Huh? That's like half of the country, and you're just going to throw them under the bus? Like everyone, like all these news groups too, all of them are just pushing all of these people down under, and then they think that they're not going to become more hostile? That's what you're doing to them. You want things like that to happen. You're a big liar.
We're ashamed to be American. You should probably love it, because you have the right to say it and not get strung up in public. As children, we were taught how to walk and talk, but the system wants adults to sit down and shut up. Cancel culture runs the world now. The planet went crazy.
What I say? Cancel culture runs this world now. And not even just America, but the whole world. The planet is going nuts. And this is what they say. This is what they label all of us as.
Labeled everything we say as homophobic or racist. If you're white, then you're privileged, guilty by association. All our childhood heroes got me too to the rapists. They never freed the slaves. They realized that they don't need to change. They gave us tiny screens. We think we free because we can't see the cage. They knew that race war would be the game they need to play. For people to big teams, they use the media to feed the flame.
Let's hear that again. I'll go ahead and read that for you too. They never freed the slaves. They realized that they don't need the chains. They gave us tiny screens. We think we free because we can't see the cage. They knew that race war would be the game they need to play. For people to pick teams, they use the media to feed the flame. And that's exactly what has been happening in these last couple years. And you need to see that you are a slave to this country, and we need to take our chains away. These tiny screens that we flip in, just tell them everything about us. We need to have something to keep us as not being slaves to the system anymore. And there's nothing that nobody out there trying to say they're going to change the world. They're not doing anything like this. They're not explaining the issues, and they're not giving any solutions.
Label everything we say as homophobic or racist. If you're white, then you're privileged, guilty by association. All our childhood heroes got me too to the rapists. They never freed the slaves. They realized that they don't need to change. They gave us tiny screens. We think we free because we can't see the gauge. They knew that race war would be the game they need to play. From people to big teams, they use the media to feed the flame. They saw fake woke. Facts don't care about feelings. They know they won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake woke. Same old safe zones. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about your feelings. It's crazy how these people.
Now, you probably missed this, because earlier on I did too. They so fake woke, facts don't care about feelings. Taking a Ben Shapiro saying there, which that is one thing that Ben Shapiro says that I believe. Yeah, facts don't care about your feelings. They know they won't tell me what to believe in. And that's even a bolder statement than stating that, because they won't be able to tell us what we believe in, because we believe in what we focus on. The fake people are fake woke. They're same old, and then he places same safe zones, talking about how the woke SJW people want their own little safe zones, their safe places, so they don't have to hear controversy.
These people screaming facts, but they fake woke. Hate their neighbor because he wears a mask or he stays home. Has a daughter, but his favorite artist said he slays hoes. Picks her up from school, music slaps on the way home. Censorship's an issue because they choose what they.
And did you hear that? He states that this guy has a daughter. He's picking her up from school. But his music's like talking about how they're, claiming all women are hoes. And that is exactly what you're introducing to your daughter. The thing is, this is what is being introduced to our daughters, and this is what's being introduced to the children. There's a bunch of filth.
Because he wears a mask or he stays home. Has a daughter, but his favorite artist said he slays hoes. Picks her up from school, music slaps on the way home. Censorship's an issue because they choose what they erase. There's a difference between hate speech and speech that you hate.
Yeah, censorship is an issue because they do choose what they erase. And there is a difference between hate speech and speech that you hate. And I don't even think there's words that can be sprung up as hate speech. Words are legal until you use them to threaten. Just always know that. There are certain laws about threatening people. And you have to understand these things. You can't be saying those things. You can't be condoning that shit. But we cannot be censoring America.
Black Lives Matter was the stupidest name. When the system's screwing everyone exactly the same. I just want to spend Thanksgiving Day with food and my family, without being accused of celebrating native casualties.
What a great thing that we're starting to talk about right now. I think Black Lives Matter was the stupidest name, and I agree. When the system's screwing everyone exactly the same. And Ice-T's been saying that for a long time. He states, we should be able to face value, say Black Lives Matter. But yeah, the organization sucks. Everyone usually gets that except for the fake woke people that he is explaining here. The system is screwing everyone exactly the same, yes. If you're poor, you're being screwed by this flippin' system. Because this system don't care about anyone that does not have money. I just want to spend Thanksgiving Day with food in my family without being accused of celebrating Native casualties. I'm a Native. I have more Native blood in me than a chief. Than our own Cherokee chief. I have more Native blood than in me. Do I get upset with Thanksgiving? No. You know what makes me more upset being a Native than Thanksgiving Day? Disney with their Pocahontas lies. I think that's a bigger issue that people can look at. They're over there saying that she was treated great by these people, and they just stole her, raped her, and killed her. And you won't even know watching the Disney Channel.
We got so divided, it's black and white and political. Republicans are bigots, libtards if you're liberal.
That's exactly how it is. If you're a Republican or even lean right, they call you a bigot. Oh yeah, you're a bigot. Or if you're just a Christian, you're called a bigot. And libtards if you're liberal, well, yeah. MacDonald even has shown in some of his songs before that he wants to be able to say retard again. I'm pretty sure the Republicans have been calling libtards that because they are against calling anyone a retard. So they call them a libtard. So it's because of their own reasoning, the Republicans like to... They're full of memes. Like, really, what our society is being pushed through right now is memes on this side, memes on that side, and that's the toxicity that we're at. We'll go ahead and go further because this, I think, will paint a pretty good picture for what I've been going through this last year.
There's riots in our streets and it's just getting worse. Y'all screaming beef on the police, y'all a genius for sure. They're underfunded already, they're way too busy to work. Order food and call the cops, see what reaches you first.
Yeah, there are riots in our flippin' streets. And I'm in like a suburban, like it's considered a city, but it's pretty not. It's like a scummy little city. There are riots in the streets. They're not really here, but there were people that would come all the way here. They picketed my house, threatened to burn my house down. The police had to come here, tell them to get out of the residential areas and get the flip out of here. But that's exactly what was happening. There are riots on our streets, and they're all screaming, defund the police. They're not geniuses. I'll tell you what, though, we do not need to fund them more. I'll tell you that. That's what he's pushing, that they're underfunded already. But the thing is, I don't know if I want them to work fully right. Because we have a lot of tyrannical laws in America. And I'm not really for them being pushed. And if we have a whole bunch of police, then now they can go ahead and arrest everyone for every little thing in the flippin' laws, because these freaking Congress people are creating laws galore, making more laws over here, over there, over there, over here, over there, over there. I'm done with this. We do not need more laws. We need to go ahead and repeal a lot of our laws before we start funding our police. And that's what I personally think. We need to repeal tons of laws before we start funding our police. And also, we need to get rid of their police union that is also a lobbyist engine to take our rights away. There's many issues on why we can't be giving them money right now. It's because they are stuck in the engine of the deep state, and they are pushing a bunch of bullcrap themselves.
Segregation ended, that's a lie in itself. That was a strategy to make us think they were trying to help. They knew that racism was hot if they...
It's true. How did segregation end? People are still in their own little groups in different areas and cities. Of course, many of us have been integrated. I'm a mixed American. I'm Native and I have Amish blood in me. Two peaceful people. Segregation hasn't ended. There's still natives living in their reservations. There's even Mexican areas, black areas. Everything is separated, and then nobody ever goes over this. The gangs and the clubs, they're all segregated too. And do you wonder why? And why nobody ever brings it up?
Designed it to sell. We buy up every single box and divide us ourselves. They sell, they won't, banks don't care about feelings. They know, they won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake, won't say no, say so, say so. Fake won't, banks don't care what you feeling. Violence to get peace and wonder why it isn't working. That's like sleeping with a football team to try and be a virgin.
Okay. Yeah, why didn't you Black Lives Matter get any peace or anything? Oh yeah, you used violence. Using violence to get peace and wonder why it's not working? That's like sleeping with a football team to try to be a virgin. These are great bars right here. This flipping shows it all. You are doing the complete opposite of what you need to be doing if you want to get peace.
Politicians are for sale and someone always makes the purchase, but you and I cannot afford it. Our democracy is worthless.
Oh, what was I saying? Oh yeah, our politicians are for sale. And someone's always making the purchase. These lobbyists and the corporations, they always take our rights away. They're always pushing our rights away, along with the police unions and along with many other things that are destroying our rights, destroying our liberties, and they are destroying this country far and wide. And we cannot even afford to even have our politicians listen to us because they don't give a fuck about us.
If a man has mental illness, tell him crazy, say it silently. When country's going crazy, we accept it as society. Get sick and take a pill. When the side effects get you high, you get addicted like these rappers dying, fighting with sobriety. Censoring the facts turns our children into idiots. They claim it's for our safety. I'll tell you what it really is. Removing information that empowers all the citizens. The truth doesn't damage points of view that are legitimate.
And that's flipping true too. For years now, they've been censoring the facts, turning our kids into idiots, and I've been having to look around, freaking trying to find all of the flipping real info to understand what the heck's even happening in this country. They claim it's for our safety, but he told you what it really is. Removing information that empowers all the citizens. They are censoring, they are destroying any information that can help us regain power of our system because they are against us, the corporations, the government, these politicians, and all of this money that they keep throwing in each other's pockets. They love throwing this money around and keeping it from us. They don't want us to have the money. They want to keep the money for the politicians, the corporations, and then they just spew it all around, start vomiting on each other on all of this non-liberty bullcrap, trying to take our rights away, taking everything away that makes us Americans.
Trying to change amen to amen and women. How we let them make praying a microaggression.
And that happened. A Democrat said, "Oh, amen and women," and it's like, you don't understand a damn thing if you say that. You cannot change amen into a women. No. Amen is Hebrew. And if you do not understand that, then you're an idiot. It has nothing to do with a male, because in Hebrew, male is Adam. Amen means you agree, and it's a Hebrew word. You flippin' crazies. You can't be changing things because you think that it means something in English when it does not even mean that. It just shows how ignorant and how dumb you are.
Instead of asking God for the strength to keep winning, we cheat to get ahead and then we ask Him for forgiveness. Feminism used to be the most righteous of fights, but these days it feels like they secretly hate guys. I don't trust anyone who bleeds for a week and don't die. Just kidding, but everything else that I said is right. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about feelings. They know they won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake woke. Same old, same songs. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about your feelings.
Okay. Fake book for you. To me, that was a very important song to have many people hear. Because this should not be a controversial thing. This is a mindset, and this is a pretty mainstream mindset that nobody's even bringing up or even saying exists. Instead, they're condemning it. Even though more than half of Americans believe this way. Everyone's a bunch of evil doers trying to make us get canceled for believing like the majority. A bunch of bullcrap. These little fake woke liars that try to push us into being canceled, and they just hate that we can have a different opinion than them. But we need to push for individuality where we all can have our individual ideas. The next song that we're going to go ahead and listen to is Clown World by Tom MacDonald. And like I said, I think that these songs will inspire a renaissance throughout music and culture. I think this will be the time we will finally see something that's going to lead to more liberty and more freedom in this country and get us away from the cancel culture and the fake woke liars that try to subvert everything in our culture. Let's go ahead and listen to Clown World.
Worry about leaving a better planet for our kids. How about leaving better kids for our planet? Entire generation offended at everything, getting mad that a human thinks all lives matter.
Did you hear that? You're worried about leaving a better planet for our kids. How about leaving better kids for our planet? Now that's a flipping great bar right there. Because he sets it out. Why are you all about making a better planet for our kids when you're not even doing that anyway? All of you lefties, you're like, oh, we have to recycle. Then you take your masks. When you take them off, you throw them on the ground, and you expect us to pick them up for you. But we're not. We're just going to leave them sit there because you threw them there, and you said that they're flipping filled with viruses. We're like, well, we're not touching it either then. Maybe you should have threw it in the garbage. And then it keeps going. It goes into the flipping river, gets it to a flipping turtle's neck, and he gets all choked out and dies because you lefties are pushing these masks that you just throw all over the place. You litter over here, litter over there. I throw all my crap away, and I'm not even a lefty. But guess what you do? You take them, you throw them on the ground, and you don't give a crap. You flipping are causing our planet more damage than good with all of your stupid ideas. Oh, you all need to wear masks. And then they all throw them on the ground. You don't even think. You don't even have a mind to even think. And then you want to change the straws from plastic ones with white paper covering it. And then you go to paper straws with plastic covering it. It doesn't even make sense. You have no brains. It makes no sense any. Do you get anything? You don't even actually create a better planet at all. And then you're also becoming toxic as hell. What you need to do is you need to sit back, you need to think, and you need to start not being so toxic to everyone around you and actually be nice and actually get down to being able to talk to people, and then have your kids understand that they need to talk to people, they need to ignore color, and they need to make a better planet in their future. This is so true.
We don't need black or white or left or right. What we need is common sense. We need balance. We're all in the same boat. Why you trying to make holes? If they sink, we sink. This is madness. I'm offended that you're offended by me taking offense. Trump can't build a wall. Why does your house have a fence? I believe.
That's a big reason why I picked the Spotify. Trump can't build a wall? Why does your house have a fence? Huh, Nancy Pelosi? Huh, Chuck Schumer? Hey, any of you that were against the wall, Barack Obama. Oh, you were against the wall? Then why did you go ahead and deport more Mexicans than Trump? You make no sense. You all make no sense because you say you push for the other guy, but he did the same thing. You don't even care. You don't even look into anything. You just listen to the news and it regurgitates and spits out its bull crap right in your face, and you just take it right in, sucking it dry. You don't even care. You don't even know what's happening. Trump he did build a wall. And now, even though Capitol Hill, it has a fence keeping us out of it. But Trump could have a wall around America. But they're over there making a wall over the Capitol Hill because they're all scaredy cats. They don't even know what the heck they're getting into because they flipping don't read history books. The flipping people running for Congress, they don't even read a history book. They don't see, oh, yeah, I need bodyguards if I get this job. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're a bunch of idiots. You don't even know what you're getting yourself into. You're a bunch of retards taking over our lives, putting it to crap, and expecting us not to get mad. You're a bunch of loons. You're a bunch of idiots, and you need to understand that. You politicians, you lobbyists, and your corporations. But going back up to the first part, my entire generation offended at everything, getting mad that a human thinks all lives matter. I did forget to touch that. That exactly explains what was happening last year. Everyone was saying Black Lives Matter and then burning down the cities. And then people were saying all lives matter, and they were getting stuff thrown at them because they weren't saying Black Lives Matter, but instead they were saying all lives matter, even though that includes Black lives. So it doesn't even make any sense. They were just wanting to attack and then create a race war. That's what they're wanting to do in America, and that's what is going to be going over.
We're all in the same boat. Why you trying to make holes? If they sink, we sink. This is madness. I'm offended that you're offended by me taking offense. Trump can't build a wall. Why does your house have a fence? I believe in two genders. I'm not mad at the rest. I'm just confused when a dude has a beard and some breasts.
And the timing when he put this out is around the time of Marjorie, that one congresswoman from the Republicans, when they were doing putting the transgender flag right across from her office, saying that, oh, we believe in transgenders, but you don't. And they were trying to own her, and then she put something out as well to condemn that. I think this was just to show that he is on the side of the two genders, along with me and many others that are actually in the majority. It's not that we're mad at the rest. We are just confused when a dude has a beard and some breasts. And we would actually like for you not to call yourself women because you're not a flippin' woman. Like, what you're going to do is all of the straight males are going to become Amish soon enough. Because that's the only way we're going to know if that's a real woman. Soon enough, you're going to be pushing the straight men into different areas of society because we actually want women. We don't want you trannies. We don't want you gay men. We don't want that. We're straight men. We don't want that. It's not going to just be white men either. It's going to be black men. There's going to be Asian men. There's going to be Mexican men. Anyone that's straight. We're going to be moving out of this society soon enough if you keep pushing this crap and making it so you can't know who's a woman and who's a man, because then we're just going to be assuming that you ugly bitches are just men. And that's what's going to happen. Soon you'll probably be called a man even though you're a woman just because you're ugly. And I'm just going to say it like that because that's completely true. Soon enough you're going to see that. Or if you forget to trim your mustache, we're just going to think you're a tranny. And that's just what's going to happen. Everything like that is just going to be set forth. Or maybe we all just think all you women are trannies. And we're not going to know who the heck to start dating. And we're not going to talk to any of you. We're only going to start to get to know people, I guess, where we get to see their genitalia soon enough, because there's nothing we can do to figure out if you're a woman or a man, and that might not even be good enough these days with the greatest surgery, and it's really terrible. I think the only idea is maybe dating an Amish woman and turning her English. It's really the only ideas I've ever been able to come up with.
Won't always look great. No, I don't hate all police. No, I don't think that the system's racist. I just think the system hates people.
Oh, that said it right there. It's not about race with the system. They want us to be racist, though. And then they want to push us into our own separate little groups where we don't interact with anyone. But the system, though, they just hate us all. That's what it is. The government, the lobbyists, the corporations, they hate us all. Because they want us all to just give our money over to them. They don't care if it's fascism or if it's tyrannical or anything like that. All these corporations, the lobbyists, and the politicians actually care about is if we are controlled by them. And that's what they want. They don't care if we're only controlled by one. They don't care. They just want us controlled anyway. That's all they want. They just want us controlled. They want us to shut up. That's why they're putting the masks on us. Just so you know, just shut the fuck up. Shut up. We don't want to hear you. Shut up. And that's all these masks are signifying. Because studies that came out showed that they're not even really doing anything. Except they're shutting people up.
Fighting violence with more violence is what they want. Viruses and riots, people dying, we won't stay home. Black lives matter, all lives matter. What's all this division for? It's modern segregation. This is setting up a civil war.
Did you hear that? I think fighting violence with more violence is what they want. The elite. Yeah, the elite want that. Viruses and riots, people dying, we won't stay home. Yeah, that's what's happening. Black lives matter, all lives matter. What's all this division for? Oh, because that's what they want. They want us all divided. It's modern segregation. Exactly. It's modern segregation. This is setting up a civil war. That's exactly what they're doing here. He broke all of this down amazingly so everyone can understand this. That he thinks fighting violence with more violence is what the government wants. Viruses and riots, people dying, we won't stay home. Nor is he really saying that we need to, but he is stating that people are dying and we won't stay home. Black lives matter, all lives matter. What's all this division for? It's modern segregation. This is setting up a civil war. And then he states to burn the circus down. And I think then we'll resume.
Circus down, the world is full of clowns. They're all stupid and they're proud, making smiles on their mouths. I don't hang with polos, homie, I can be around you. Anyone who knows me knows my feet don't fit in clown shoes. When I was a child, the only races that we hated were the ones that we ran and didn't win.
Did you hear that? When I was a kid, the only races that we hated were the ones that we ran and didn't win.
in the color of our skin.
Then we stopped playing with each other and started hating on each other, started noticing the color of our skin. Now, I don't know anything about this. I've never had an issue with anyone with a different skin than me, or... Oh, personally, I've never had anyone, like, say anything to me for being a native, or saying something to me because they thought I was white, or anything like that. Anything like this. Well, I am white, but I'm both. And I've never really had that, but I do know many people that talk about this, like in the hood, the ghetto areas as well. Really, when there's clubs and gangs that segregate, it's really a bigger issue, and people more see that in America. Around here, the biggest thing is there's people that don't like mixing people in my area. I know that there were some that were saying that, and I never knew exactly how to take that because I am a mix myself, so it always kind of frightens me to be around people like that actually care about the skin color or what you're mixed with, or if you're mixed at all. I think that's just weird, personally, but I am a mixed family. So that would probably be why. I have no issue with anything.
Since an atheist, immigrants, patriots, we love the country, but we are not saving it. Wages don't raise to the rate of inflation, and half of the country hits all of the nation. Did
you hear that? Christians and atheists, immigrants and patriots. We love the nation, but we're not saving it. And why aren't we saving it, though? He doesn't go over this in the psalm, but we're not saving it because we have no control over our government. The lobbyists, the corporations, they all are in control of our government, and they all are constructing this issue to us. And then he goes over something about the economy, stating wages don't raise to the rate of inflation, and half of the country hates all of the nation. So wages don't raise to the rate of inflation. That is going over how our dollar is deflating in value. But we do not get paid more each time our dollar gets devalued. Sometimes they do raise the minimum wage, but that does not fix everything. I don't know if that's exactly what he's pushing there, but that doesn't always fix everything. Maybe for a year you might feel like it does, but then after that you're just back in the same old, unless we start hitting hyperinflation soon enough. Then we're going to be all doomed. We're not going to know what to do because none of us have ever had to deal with anything like hyperinflation. And then he states that half the country hates all of the nation. This would be going over the fake woke people. They hate all of the Republicans and anyone who likes Trump. They are still threatening to burn people's houses down. They are still threatening to harm Trump supporters, many lefties, and these are the issues that are never talked about. Nobody ever cares about the Trump supporters in the mainstream news. None of them ever care. They're ignoring that, and they focus just on minorities. That's all that's happening, and that is why he is writing this song, explaining all of this to many people. And also for us to relate, because nobody's saying this at all. Nobody's speaking much of what he's saying.
Funny that we think the world owes us something. All the phones got smart, but the people so dumb. We care more about the likes and the selfies than our moms, and the only time we ever speak the truth when we're drunk.
Funny that we think the world owes us something. All the phones got smart, but the people so dumb. Just think of that. Once smartphones came out, everyone was on social media, and now they don't even read. These people just clip and just see what people post, and then they just go with that. They don't even read news anymore. They don't do anything. These people are so dumb. They can't even look at a flippin' newspaper. If they do, they're just reading the title, and that's all. Nobody even does anything anymore. They care more about the likes on a selfie than their moms. That's true too. Many people, they don't even focus at all on their moms or even spend any time with their moms. Instead, just on their social media doing nothing. And the only time we speak the truths when we're drunk. I like that line. Not that I'm for getting drunk, but that when you're drunk, you know, you've heard of the loose. It makes you loose, laid back. And that's where people my age and younger, they're getting in trouble with the cancel culture people, because they're coming out and they're saying what they think, what they're truly thinking when they're drunk. People don't like it. Oh yeah, nobody likes it when you say your actual opinion. And then this last part is, we won't always agree. No. I don't hate all police. No. Your thoughts and opinions ain't facts, and they are not defining my reality. No. And that will just tie it all greatly together.
We won't always agree. No, I don't hate all police. No, your thoughts and opinions and facts, and they are not defining my reality. No, I think picking sides divides is probably what has got us here. United States is great regardless. That's what we've forgotten here. Black lives matter. All lives matter. What's all this division for? It's modern segregation. This is setting up a civil war.
And then around that part, I would like to bring up that Ice-T, he has also touched on this in his Civil War with Megadeth's Dave Mustaine. They did a song together called Civil War, and it was about how there's going to be like a race type civil war type thing between the left and the right. And that would be a modern day civil war. I think both of them understand exactly what might be heading our way. And sadly, they're trying to warn us and trying to get us to stop heading towards the civil war that's might just be coming. I am hoping that Tom MacDonald's renaissance on the culture will be enough to stop this and stop the ideas of people just wanting it. Go ahead and listen to the rest.
The circus down, the world is full of clowns. They're all stupid and they're proud, making smiles on their mouths. I don't hang with polos, homie, I can be around you. Anyone who knows me knows my feet don't fit in clown shoes.
Speaking of that, many don't really understand exactly why he states, "Oh, my feet don't fit in clown shoes." It's more to the metaphor of put yourself in their shoes. Well, I can't. My feet, they won't fit in those clown shoes. See? So this is going over how we can never, if we're not on the fake woke side, we're never able to fit our feet into their shoes, because we have a way different worldview than them. It's way different. Like, talk about, like, their thoughts are all the way over there, and our thoughts are all the way over there. There's no way. And this is the divide. Whether he gets this or not, the fact we can't fit our feet in their shoes just shows that we might just need to make a permanent split and just each have our own country, or maybe do 3, where there's one with one thought line, another thought line, and ones that want to try to work things together. I'm not exactly sure how we can do this, but when we're all just thinking way different than each other, it's not really something that can happen.
Try to be yourself, and then they judge you on the internet till everybody hates you for it.
Oh, this goes to the idea that schools always tell you, oh, we love individuality. We want you to be an individual. And then when you flip and go to school as an individual, they hate you. They start hating you. Everyone hates you when you actually are an individual. They hate you when you're actually an individual in the world. People don't like that. They want you to be like hiding behind doubt and hiding behind sadness. A lot of the people, they don't want you to be yourself. And they'll hate you for it.
Jesus was alive, I swear to God, they would cancel. This lately being negative's the real new normal. Yeah, if you're
Right there, he said, if Jesus was alive, I swear to God that y'all would cancel him because lately being negative is the real new normal. Right there, that says it all. If Christ was alive again, they would cancel him. They canceled him the first time they hung him on the cross, killed him, because he was speaking love. If you speak love, you're not allowed to do that. They want, yeah, only talk about hate. Oh yeah, that's all they want you to do is just hate more. And all this negativity. That's all they want. It's a bunch of negativity in the world. Now there's reality of negativity. And that's something you need to understand. If something's negative is really happening, you can't just ignore that. You have to come to terms with reality and head on with the real issues. That's what you got to do. You got to be head on with any real issues, whether it's in your life, politics, or anything. You got to do it head on, and you got to go hard. You got to flip and understand, and you got to do what you can to fix what is happening.
thick, you're fat, you're rich, you're bad, you're poor, you're black, you're white, you're whack, they lie, it's facts. My generation needs a bunch of free condoms. Common sense ain't that common.
And that said, you're poor, it said, if you're thick, you're fat, you're rich, you're bad, you're poor, you're black, you're white, you're whack, they lie, it's facts. My generation needs a bunch of free condoms because common sense ain't that common. Those are bars. I don't care what anyone says, that went over everything. Now, many rich people are bad, like the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, and listen to Tom MacDonald songs, and he'll be going over some more with you. But, yeah, all of this needed to be stated. My generation needs a bunch of free condoms. That goes over how people of my generation and younger, they're not using condoms anymore. No. Condoms are considered whack. Nobody likes them. They like to go free. And they try to do the pull-out game. And nobody I know that's done the pull-out game is not a father today. So that's all I like to say about that. Anyone that's a pull-out game type person, I haven't met one of my old buddies that were pull-outs that don't have a bunch of kids today.
This is what they want. This is how they planned it. This is to control everyone on the planet. If we put each other in caskets, protest and panic, and they take advantage to manage the damage, we won't always agree. No, freedom doesn't come free. No, there was people fighting, dying overseas, so that you can have freedom and peace. Oh, I think the elites are real, but they ain't drinking babies' blood. They're creating chaos, so they have something to save you from.
Right there, whether they are drinking baby's blood or not, I don't know. I think we do see that they are doing things with babies and kids, really with Epstein and everything that's been coming out about that. So I wouldn't be too amazed. But what he's doing here is he's trying to take something that's very critical and be like, oh, they might not do that, but they are creating the chaos so that we have something to save you from. And that's really true. They are creating the chaos. That's something they have always been doing. So I just wanted to go over that because I do feel like that needed to be talked about.
Black lives matter, all lives matter. What's all this division for? It's modern segregation. This is setting up a civil war. Burn the circus down, 'cause the world is full of clowns. They're all stupid and they're proud, painting smiles on their mouths. I don't hang with polos, homie, I can be around you. Anyone who knows me knows my feet don't fit in clown shoes.
So, these are the two songs that I think are leading to a renaissance in America with real freedom of speech on the forefront. And this is The Cobweb. This is the first The Cobweb show. And exactly what this is going to be is a cultural show. I'm going to be going over songs. I'm going to be going over any cultural things to set the bars to exactly what we want to be pushed in America as our culture. Because right now our culture is being subverted. It's being subverted by many, many different countries, many, many different corporations, and many, many politicians and lobbyists. And we cannot just stand by and idly let them take on our culture. I hope you have a great day. Bye.
Exclusive designs are found at Truth to Freedom. Buy a shirt today, or a hoodie. We have the best freedom designs on anything. Americana Legends Design Series, monsters like Bigfoot. Exclusive brands exist on Truth to Freedom, like the music brand, Bash. Great and unique designs. Another exclusive brand, existing on Truth to Freedom, is Noir. Elegant and noir-themed designs. Americana designs exist. Show your patriotism. Show you are filled with the American spirit. Show them all.